now let's start with one more example. Let's say if you have a compound like this, CH3, CH2, then C you have C2H5 and you have CH3 over here, you have CH2, CH2 and CH3. So now if you could count the longest chain, it is going to be clearly this one, because even if you take this ethyl group, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, you have 1, 2, 3 and 4, two chains, one containing 4 carbon atoms, you have another chain containing 5 carbon atoms. So clearly this is the longest chain. So now there are two ways of numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's write the parent. You have 6 carbon, that means it is hex. There is no double bond, so that means it is going to be a derivative of alkane. So it is hexane. Now we have to start numbering. So how are we going to number? So what I generally do is I number it from both the sides. So when I am numbering from left to right, I get methyl group at carbon atom number 3. So I will write 3 methyl and then C2H5. So it is one hydrogen atom of ethane removed, so it becomes ethyl. So it is 3 methyl, 3 ethyl. And then when I number it from the other side, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have, when I number it from right to left, you have 4 methyl and 4 ethyl group. So now in this case, it is clear that I am going to select this particular way of numbering because the substituent is getting a lowest numbering in this case. So now I have 3 methyl and 3 ethyl. So there are two possibilities. I could write 3 methyl, 3 ethyl hexane, or there are two possibilities. I could write 3 dash methyl dash 3 dash ethyl hexane, or I could write 3 dash ethyl dash 3 dash methyl hexane. Now in this case, when you have two different alkyl groups, so we follow a very important rule, that is alphabetical order. That means the one which comes in lower position in the alphabetical order has to be written first. You know, E comes before M, so it has to be 3 hyphen ethyl hyphen 3 hyphen methyl hexane and not 3 methyl 3 ethyl hexane. So this is the most important rule. Again, when you have two groups which are same, then we use the prefix di, tri, tetra and all. And when you have two groups which are having different positions or which are attached to the same carbon atom, then we follow alphabetical order. Now just now I used the word if they are at different position, what is going to happen. Now even when they are in different positions, their numbers are going to change, but still you have to follow an alphabetical order. Let's take another example, or let's modify this example. So you have 1, 2, 3. At position 3 I had a methyl group. Now I am putting position of ethyl group at position number 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have 5, then you have 6. So now let me balance the hydrogen atoms. So you have CH3, CH2, CH, CH, CH2 and then you have CH3. Now it is very simple. So in this case you are going to number. Which way you are going to number? Again, there are two ways of numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would prefer right to left because the ethyl group is getting the lowest numbering. So now in this case it is going to be 3 dash ethyl dash 4 dash methyl, then you have hexane. So this is again a simple example. Now let's move on to the same example but little bit of variation. You have 1, 2, 3, then you have methyl group over here, and you have something like this. Okay. Ethyl group over here. Okay, something like this. So now I'll complete the structure. Okay, and then you have CH3. So now in this case, let me select the parent chain. Parent chain is going to be this particular chain, which is clearly visible. Maybe you could pause the video and see if there are other possibilities. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we have got the longest chain containing 7 carbon atom. So it is hept. We are using the word hept. And since all are single bond, there is no double bond, so it is a derivative of alkane, so you write it as heptane. The next thing is you are supposed to start numbering. So as I said already, when you have two groups or two or more groups, the best thing is to number in both the directions, from left to right as well as from the right to left. So now let me start with left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you have, when you are numbering it from left to right, you have at position 2 you have methyl group, and then at position 4 you have ethyl group. So when you are numbering the other way round, that is from right to left, so it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now in this case you have at position 4 you have ethyl group, and then at position 6 you have methyl group. So when we take the sum, so as I already told you, apply the lowest sum rule without thinking whether 2, 4 should be used or 4, 6 should be used. Just this will save much amount of time. So you have 2 plus 4, the sum is 6. Here in this case the sum is 10. So as per the lowest sum rule, we are supposed to select the numbering system from left to right. So now in this case we have the substituents. Let's write down separately. You have 2 methyl, and at position 3 do you have any substituent? No. At position 4, yes, it is 4 ethyl. And then at position 5 you don't have any substituent. At position 6, now this is a common mistake which a student can make. Since this is drawn vertically, he may consider this as a branching, but as I already said, it should be a continuous chain, and that's the reason I am drawing this longest chain. So now there is no substituent at position number 6 as well as position number 7. So now we have 2 methyl and 4 ethyl. Now when you have different alkyl group, different substituents present, we follow the alphabetical order. So you might still get confused because methyl group is at position 2 and at position 4 you have an ethyl group. So why are we considering E to be the first one? So the rule says that if you have two alkyl groups which are at different position, so irrespective of their numbering or irrespective of what position they take, you strictly have to follow the alphabetical order. So that means 4 ethyl has to come first, then it will be followed by 2 methyl. So let's write down the structure. So you have 4 dash ethyl, then you put another dash because I'm going to write a number after this dash. You have L, then you have 2 dash methyl, heptane. So do not get confused that since 2 is coming in, 2-methyl group is coming first, you have to write it that way. No, you have to strictly follow the rules and regulations. Now, in the previous compound, I have written di, but I have written something like 2,2. What exactly does it mean? When you write 2-dimethyl, then it doesn't make any sense. You need to understand that you are supposed to provide a number for each and every substituent. When you say di, that means it is 2-methyl group. Let's say if you have something like this. Let's take another example. You have CH3, C, CH3, CH, you have CH, CH3, and then you have CH3 over here. This is clearly the longest chain. So longest chain contains 4 carbon atoms. So this is going to be butane. And let's start numbering. Numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. If you number the either way, still you are going to get the same value. So you have at position 2 methyl group, at position 3 you still have a methyl group. So what do you do? Since the 2 alkyl groups are same, you are going to use the prefix di. So it is going to be dimethyl. Now you clearly know that you are going to write 2,3-dimethyl, right? So it is going to be 2, 3 dash dimethyl butane. So this is the way you are supposed to do an IUPAC nomenclature. Let's take one very simple example. Okay, so let's do it here. CH3, CH2, C, CH3, CH3, CH3. So clearly this is the longest chain. Longest chain contains 4 carbon atoms. So it is going to be a derivative of, I'm just writing it here, butane. Now if it is going to be a derivative of butane, again you have to start numbering. It is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that means at position 2 you have one methyl group, at position 2 you have another methyl group. So what exactly you are going to do here now? So let me write the name at the bottom. So you have 4 carbon atoms, so BUT, all single bonds, so you have ANE. You have 2 substituents. At position 2 you have a methyl group, at position 2 you have another methyl group. So that means it is going to be dimethyl group. Now there is a very important rule that there should not be any gap between 2 alphabets, between 2 words. There should be a dash between an alphabet and a number. There should be a comma between 2 numbers. So dimethyl and butane, they have to be together without any spacing. Now let's put the numbering. So here in this case, at position 2 you have methyl group, so you are writing 2, and then at position 3 you have a methyl group, so you wrote 2,3-dimethyl. Now both the methyl groups are at position 2 only. So that means you have to specify the positions individually. If here it is 2,3-dimethyl, then at position 2 you have methyl group, at position 3 you have methyl group. Then it has to be 2, 2 and then dash dimethyl butane. This is the correct system of numbering. The common mistake which you may make is you could simply write 2-dimethyl butane. That doesn't make any sense because every substituent has to be given a numbering. If at all you are confused, you just think of this example that when you are writing 2,3-dimethyl, then why not 2,2-dimethyl butane when you have at the same carbon you have 2 substituents?